Ladies and gentlemen, Lab After Dark is starting shortly. Lab After Dark is starting soon.
What's up? How's it going?
Lab
Good to
After
see
Dark
you.
is starting soon.
Good to be here.
Right.
Well, you opened that Pandora's door.
I was actually just sitting down to pee, but whatever, you know.
What's happening? Damn. Hit that like button on the way in. I would appreciate it very much.
Lab After Dark starts now.
Boom, ba, ba, boom, ba, 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 ba. What's happening? Did names ever go back to normal? I know, I get it. What's down? All right. What's up? What's down? What's side to side? Gabby says that F ups. I got married to the wrong person once. That was a pretty big F up. That can happen. I mean, it happens. I don't think that's unusual, to be honest with you. I think that that's something that happens quite often. So, I finally made it back home to Kansas after 9 long years. Like, you live in that's where you live now. It's Kansas. Welcome home. Although, did you used to say, I'm not in Kansas anymore? Like, was that a thing that you would just go around saying when somebody would say, like, hey, there's a goat on the roof eating an artichoke, and you're like, not in Kansas anymore. I would have. I mean, that would have been, and then people would go, ha, and I go, no, I'm really from Kansas. You're not understanding. Like, this is a real thing for me. I take it serious. I'm participating in life. But, to each his own. Dude, Macho is snoring. Macho, can you not snore as loud? He did. He actually quieted down just a little bit. Yeah, well, usually when people mess up, it only affects like a few people, which I'm not saying that that's, I'm not saying that that's not, bad enough, but I will say that she, or that we all have our problems, and I don't know. I missed netting today. You mean a meeting? What's up, Wolf Rider? Grandma's good. She was when I walked by earlier, she was watching Gunsmoke. Gunsmoke is particularly good sometimes. Sometimes, not always. Cat sees you. Came in at the end of the show last night. Good to see him. And then he's trying to get under the. Can you see him? You see him? Look, he's getting under the covers. Look at him. Look at him. Look. He's having trouble. Here. He's trying. Go ahead. Did you see that? What do you want, you little priss? You want me to cover you up? He wants to be covered up. He loves. He can't get under the covers because Macho's laying on one of them. So, give me a second. Macho, get off. There you go, Otis. All right. It's just like dealing with children every day. They're no different than children. That's a fact. He's such a pain. Oh, interesting. Good. Well, I'm glad you're here. And Wolf Rider, 27 months. That's a long time. Thank you for being here for that long. Rod in the house. Good to see you, Rod. Let's see. Jazz, JH. Lucy in the house. All right. Now we can get started. So I hope everybody had a very eventful day today, but not for the reasons that were good. I mean, once again, this whole shitstorm starts up because people just cannot wait to verify information. They have to be the first. And I'm telling you, if these people would have been right about baby Emanuel, if these people would have been right, they would have been like, we were the first to break it, but they weren't. So then they apologize and they go, well, I'm sorry, I got bad information. Yeah, we know. But that doesn't stop people. They go by this whole thing. It's like, do it and ask for forgiveness later. Ask for forgiveness later. And I was very critical of him, of not just him, but a lot of people online. I was a little, I was really annoyed. I wouldn't even say mad. It was just so annoying because this shit happens constantly. And people just accept it. They just go, well, they just accept it. I don't know. I mean, is it just something? No, people do not wait. People don't want to wait. What they want to do is they want to be first. It's not necessarily about being right, but it's like, we got to be first about this. I remember there was a scenario many moons ago where, if you guys remember, if some of you remember, and some of you may, and some of you may not, but Dawn Wells was supposed to be arrested and extradited and all that kind of shit. But, and that never happened, but it didn't stop people, from reporting on it like it was fact, like it was law, and it wasn't. And everybody got up. Oh, what's he being arrested for? He did something bad, They're just like, what? Yeah, I don't go on Twitter that often, but these retractions. Oh, I'm sorry. For what? You're sorry. No, well, he wasn't getting arrested. That was the whole thing. There was a scenario, where Candace had faked this crying phone call to Mary. One of the most, just despicable. One of the most despicable things ever. And then what ended up happening was people were like, he's being taken away to Boston. I don't know if you remember. I remember it vividly because as soon as that happened, I just remember going, wow, holy crap. That was a bad one, And then every single person ran with it. Almost, at least. And then they had some old, flight log of somebody named Don Wells, but it wasn't his middle name, that had been sent to Boston. Why he would go to Boston? No, he has not been found. Absolutely, under no circumstances has baby Emanuel been found. No. And it's not even just SF, although he was kind of one of the big catalysts for that information. But then Vinny Politan goes on with, and I like Vinny. I still like him, but He's like, oh, he jumps on this wagon, you know, fills up a room with like 4,000 people and goes, look, there's a question mark in the title, but in the friggin' thumbnail, there's no question. It just says he's found. And he was getting his information from the same dipshits that were reporting it on Twitter that have no affiliation with the case. Chris Proudfoot, you need to get your money back on the ASAP, brother. That 15 grand, you might as well have just set it on fire. I mean, wild. But what do you expect from somebody who, hangs out and talks to and quote unquote helps White Boy and Stephen Crabtree and frequents, panels that are disingenuous at best? That's me being nice. What do you expect? He's the same guy that said that he had a reward for Adventures with Purpose for finding Kylie Rodney, and then that never happened. Whatever happened to that? He just willy-nilly tweets out, oh, we found... You didn't find shit. You didn't know shit. You just assumed. Yes, gleefully? No, I don't know if I gleefully did it, but I did read it. And what is the big deal about reading? And it wasn't a RICO, it was an injunction. What's the big deal about that? It was an actual thing that happened. Giddy? No, I wasn't giddy. You're giddy, and you're going to be giddy when you giddy the hell out of here. Bye. I'm not sure who it was. I'm really not. Weren't you giddy? Yeah, I was so giddy, I was jumping up and down. Oh, yeah, I was so excited. I get to read this long-ass, boring freaking thing. Weirdo. I don't even know who is that person. Never seen him before. Got nothing better to do on a Sunday night than to hang out and go, How is that even remotely close to tweeting out that a child that is presumed dead and not found at the moment be found? How is that the same thing, tweeting that he's been found when he hasn't, as reading an injunction? Nice one. That's good. That was smart. Real clever. But didn't you do this in 1989? Well, guess what? It happened today. Yeah, that's true too. I didn't even think about that. Didn't you read that and you were giddy? It wasn't JLR, although I think he was. I saw a little bit of his, and he was trying to vet it, I guess, but he went along with what SF was saying, and then Betty did the same thing. Betty corrected hers, but it's too late. Once that happens, I mean, it's done. It's over. Pandora doesn't go back in the box.
Well, you opened that Pandora's door.
It just doesn't. I mean, you hope it would. You hope it could. And I'm not saying that people don't make mistakes, because they absolutely do. But I mean, that was a bad one. That was a terrible one. He was right, and I don't disagree. Everybody wants to be first. Everybody jumps on it because I'm not exactly, other than, you know, the old saying, the clicks and the views, and, you know, I was first, and they do it to try to build up some sort of credibility. But, you know, making a mistake, I mean, you know, it's a little bit more than a mistake, I think. Why? What happened? Making me dizzy. No, of course not. There's nothing credible about it. It's infuriating too, because there are people that actually do. I mean, who asked for him to do that? Who asked for these people to do that? Nobody. They just. No, he was out there. Yes, Jake was out there helping. When I say helping investigators in the same way that Casey Anthony helped investigators look for her child. You know what he's doing. You think that he's going to go, yeah. And by the way, was there an actual confession? Because people are saying, well, he confessed. I mean, did he? I don't know if he did or not. But I have a sneaking suspicion that he's going to be putting all of this on his wife. Of course he's throwing her under the bus. He did that the last time with the 10-week-old baby. He did the same thing. It was her fault. Yet he ends up pleading guilty. He has the mother given a press conference, or are people referring to her media statement days ago? Somebody said that she talked to somebody, and she claims that everything that she said happened, or from what I've heard. But I don't think so. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, it's somewhere. I would have to find it, but well, I think what he's trying to give off the impression that he is helping, because there's something to what was happening. But that's the thing. I think he does know the exact location. I mean, how would he not? How would he not know the exact location? There would have been some sort of sign that the child was discarded around there, even if, you know, even if it wasn't the case, meaning like even if the child wasn't there anymore, you know, he could go. There are so many cases where children go missing, or people go missing. They cut a deal with somebody after 2 or 3 years, and they walk them right to where the body is. It happens all the time. Somebody said that whatever was being passed around was cut off, and that the murder charges were still at the bottom. Make no mistake, he is charged with murder, or else there's no reason to keep him. And I don't know what kind of a deal that they're going to give him. But they gave him a deal before. They gave him a deal before. And a sweet deal it was. My God, what a deal that was. I mean, what does he know? A congressman? Does Jake know a congressman or a senator or something? No, he doesn't. I'm just confused about it, to be honest.
At Requiem Pi Eastamine donated $5 through Super Chat.
Thank you.
For the goal.
Goal. I mean, it was probably the greatest deal that I've ever seen for beating a child. What I would consider basically to death. Look, I've seen photos of the poor girl, and she has no life to speak of. She's just kind of there because of him, because of what he had done. And, you know, maybe look, I don't think that this was done maliciously. I don't believe, you know, that the people that were covering it, because it did look, you're going, wow. You know, even when you look at the photos now, you're going, well, you know, something seems to be happening here. But it's the old adage, counting your chickens before they hatch, which is kind of a dumb way to put it, but it's really true, because when you're putting, I don't know why all sayings have to do with like eggs and chickens, but when you put all your eggs into one basket, you know what happens? Buffering. Who's buffering? I'm buffering? It doesn't say I'm buffering. Am I? Yeah, his brother. I was, okay. Yeah, I heard his brother died in the house, but I'm not really up to speed on that one. But, you know, I don't think that there are people that willingly do this, because I was getting inundated with questions about people saying that Summer Wells had been found, or that Summer Wells' body had been found, or they found a body that, you know, and that, by the way, that has been going on forever. Whether it's willful ignorance or whether it's clickbait, it's just it's a major mistake to do that kind of stuff. And, you know, I get it. Like when people correct information that's wrong, that they get that's wrong. And I'm sure that I've had to do that before, and I have, but nothing quite like that. I do remember one time that when the Michael Vaughn case was happening, and they were digging in the yard, and the address that was given that where they were digging was of a couple of pedos that were shared a fence, I believe, with who did they share a fence with? I think it was Stacy. I believe it was Stacy and Sarah. And so it was the complete wrong address. And then I had to go and say, hey, this is, we're looking at the wrong house. This was the wrong address. But their names, I don't even remember where I got the information from, but, yeah, it was the home next door. It was. And that's not where they were digging. I don't know if anybody remembers that or not. I certainly do remember it, because it was something that did need to be cleared up. And it did get cleared up. And it was a mistake, you know. I mean, I don't know. But to say that human remains have been found, and whoever started that, because that information seemed to be passed on down the line, And it's a mistake. It's a major mistake. Imagine there are people out there and family members, friends, or whatever that are hanging on every word that's happening. And then just people that genuinely care, that open up their wallets and they just dump it on these people because they're like, thank you so much for all you did. And it's like, what are they doing? What are you doing? What is it that you're doing? Spreading false information, not verifying information that has been given to you. That's what you're doing. Who asked for that? I think people found out Jake was going out there and jumped the shark and assumed he was taking them to the body and it would be found. Not an excuse, though. Well, wait for that to happen. Just wait for it. Wait for it to happen. It'll happen. When it happens, it happens. But once again, I'm telling you that these are the same people that, if it were true, would sit there and gloat and say, we were the first. But now you could say, we were wrong. And you're not just wrong about an address or a wrong turn or running a stop sign or something like that. You're talking about a 7-month-old baby that could have possibly been discarded on the side of the road, but we're not sure. But yes, sometimes they do lead prisoners out there and they say, hey, look, take a look. Show us what you did and where he is. And honestly, that should have taken him about 20 minutes. There was a case many years ago. I think the girls just came up for parole. 3 best friends. They ended up killing their third friend. And they hid her body. They even helped search for her. Investigators looked and looked. Search parties looked and looked and looked and looked some more. And they couldn't find her. And they took one of the girls, said, I'll take you to where she is. Because she was feeling, guilty, I would assume. And she was just under a bunch of shrubs. Right on the side of the road. It's hard to find people. But if somebody's helping, then it's not. If somebody knows, then it's not. I don't know, man. That's why I don't think, sometimes I just feel like, that's just not for me. I get very discouraged about this kind of stuff, but, me taking off will do nothing. I guess, I don't know. It just really doesn't matter that much to people if they're that wrong. And by the way, like, that is about as wrong as you can get. As wrong as you can get. And a simple, I'm sorry. I mean, I guess it's something, but is it really? Nah, not really. Not to me, it's not. I don't know. Maybe you feel different about it. I mean, do we really think that this guy's an honest guy that's going to just trot right out in the middle of a field and go, yeah, he's right here. She did it. Well, look. No, of course not. Why would he do that? He obviously cares about himself. So that's what he's doing. Yeah, look, exactly. There is so much. There is so much, like, yeah, apparently people don't even know exactly when he was born. I mean, was the kid even born in a hospital, for God's sakes? And where's the record of him? What I do not understand is that there was people going on that property and going into the home after they were arrested and police left. I heard that. So did anybody get arrested for doing that? Because they certainly should have. I'm assuming not. I don't know. I truly don't understand the thought process, but I guess I'm not really meant to. I don't think most people are either. But to think that this guy is some all of a sudden this guy, you know, is a change of heart. He's like, you know, I'm very remorseful. I mean, the guy was living like, I don't know how somebody could just live their life like that. They were selling tickets for a tour. Who? Oh, the owner? Jeez. Was that the uncle or whatever? Jake's parents own the home, the stepfather. He's attempting to show he's cooperating, knowing he or both could face more consequences. I mean, they're already charged with murder, malice murder, or whatever you want to call it, which just shows, like, I believe forethought or aforethought or some thought before or after. Or, I mean, it's should be capital murder, but I don't know. I do not know. Yeah, malice of forethought. That's where the malice guy. I knew it was some sort of thought, forethought, aforethought. See, nobody knows. We're all confused. Malice, aforethought. Yeah, there is a moratorium on it. Let me see. Here, I'll play this because I'm curious.
Now on Eyewitness News at 5, breaking news involving missing 7-month-old Emanuel Haro. The baby's father was seen with San Bernardino County deputies in the middle of a field in Moreno Valley. Now, it was this week that detectives revealed they believe the baby is dead. I'm Niku Kazori.
And I'm Jory Rand. Let's get right to that video just into our newsroom. There you can see, escorted by deputies, that is Jake Haro in a prison jumpsuit assisting search and rescue crews near the 60 freeway in a field off Gilman Springs Road. This is in Moreno Valley. This does not bode well for anyone holding out hope that that baby might be found alive. Emanuel Haro, if you have the father of that child with deputies and a large law enforcement contingent
what does that mean, though?
A field off the side.
They've already been charged with murder or suspicion of murder. I don't think anybody was holding out a hope. I mean, look, is there hope? I guess. I don't know. There's always hope, but not now. And certainly not now that they're walking in the fields. And I get how people would go, okay, he's leading them, or he's leading the investigators to the body of baby Emanuel. But you have to understand that he's probably not the most honest person around.
Side of the freeway. We do have more information. The couple, Emanuel Haro's parents,
Thank you, Lucy,
claimed their baby was kidnapped in Yucaipa on
That counts towards the
Thursday,
goal.
August 14th, but detectives say after interviewing them multiple times, that story quickly fell apart. Rebecca said she was attacked and knocked unconscious in the parking lot of a Big Five store in Yucaipa. We heard from her in
and by the way, I would be excited and happy if he was going to try to do the right thing for once in his life.
I guess you could call it a tearful interview, although we did not technically see any tears coming from her eyes as she was crying, where she says she was knocked unconscious, regained consciousness, telling investigators her baby had been taken, he had been kidnapped. After that disappearance, the boy's parents came under scrutiny, and the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department said investigators found inconsistencies
Lucy's always
in
very
their
generous.
story.
And this is our Air 7 video that we have right now. This is video in Moreno Valley. We saw that video a little bit earlier that had the baby's father, Jake, looking for.
Yeah, exactly. Like, hey, let's go take a 2-hour ride or wherever. I don't know how far this is away from the prison, but you can stop at the gas station and get a Powerade or something. I mean, I don't know.
Just with the detectives there, just searching this area again in Moreno Valley. We're zooming in with Air 7, trying to get a better view of what we are looking at right here. That looks like a police car.
There's highway patrol there.
Highway patrol, and it seems like there is a woman standing right next to that highway patrol car, moving toward that area. It's an empty open field off the side of the highway in Moreno Valley.
Yeah, I don't know if he was messing with them, but he obviously knows where. How would he not know where the baby's body is? We're supposed to believe that he's not involved. And, and then another thing is, has anybody actually said that he confessed? Or are people just saying that? Because I don't think that's true either. He probably said, she did it. I know where the body is. That's not a confession, folks. I mean, this is not. If it was the truth, then I guess.
We are waiting for confirmation from law enforcement. At this point, this is simply conjecture as to.
Hey, look, she did it, and I know where to take you.
Why they are searching.
There is, you know why though? You know why, Cakes Boo? You know why you couldn't find one? Because there isn't one. So, and I looked too.
This field now, why the father of this missing baby is in a field with deputies searching. We can, of course, wonder and make some assumptions, but we don't know until we hear from law enforcement. We saw Highway Patrol there, the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department, but again,
but at least
this
that's the thing
been,
too. But that's the thing, Cakes Boo. At least you went and looked. When I first saw things pop up on my phone, and I got emails and text messages, and I got alerts, people were going live, Emanuel's found, and the first thing I said was, "Oh, let it be true." And after about 5 minutes of watching, maybe less, I went, nobody knows what the hell they're talking about. Nobody has any idea. They're just speculating because dumbass is in a field with the police. Tomorrow she could be in the field with the police.
For 10 days now, his mother said she was attacked in the parking lot of a Big Five store, knocked unconscious. When she came to, the baby was gone. It appears that there were holes in the parents' story. Those quickly fell apart, and they were placed under arrest.
Why would anybody think that this guy's an honest person? Why would anybody have any faith in him and anything that he does whatsoever?
This week, we do have a map of the 3 locations that are in question here. Yucaipa is where the parents said the babies were kidnapped. You see on the northern part of the screen, Cabazon is where the family lived. And I believe that's where they were placed under arrest this week.
That was just 2 days ago. I believe that was on Friday morning. And we had many deputies out there. They had a pretty intense morning that day. There were armored vehicles. They took away the parents, both Rebecca and Jake Harrow, early that morning. Large police presence. Neighbors came out as well. They also expressed concern and, of course, shock and anger, especially watching the parents getting taken away. They, of course, had so many questions. That night, they actually held a vigil for Emanuel, and we had video from that night. Neighbors came together tearful and asking, where is Emanuel? So it seems like we are getting one step closer. That's a mugshot of the parents right there. We have Rebecca and Jake Harrow and their recent mugshots. This is from Friday.
They are now due in court on Tuesday. Again, law enforcement believes baby Emanuel is dead. The parents were placed under arrest, and now the father was seen with law enforcement searching a field. We will continue to follow this story.
Who knows? Maybe law enforcement was taking him out there to leave him in the field.
As it develops.
Just kidding. But
Develops tonight and bring you the very latest here.
I don't feel bad about that one bit either, because, I mean, the guy is an accused baby killer and basically killed his other baby. And when I say baby, I say infant. Friggin' newborn, for that matter. A defenseless little, like, tiny kid, baby, infant. Not capable of eating or drinking or even holding a bottle at that point. When did kids start holding bottles? 5 months, 6 months? I did it really early. I was fat.
Eyewitness News.
Now on Eyewitness News at 5, breaking news involving missing 7-month-old Emanuel.
Right now at 11, new developments in the case of baby Emanuel. His father seen in a prisoner jumpsuit today, helping detectives search through a field in Riverside County as both parents remain in custody.
How old was it when, does anybody remember how, like, and I'm sure some of you out there have young kids. When do they start? I can't remember. My kids are old. 10 weeks old is brand new. I mean, it's absolutely brand new. It's about 6 months. That's what I thought. I remember when Peyton came home, when we came home from the hospital with Peyton, and I think we were in there like 2 days. And there was like, we had like this like sort of homecoming dinner with the baby, which was baby Peyton. And he just like cried and cried and cried a lot. And God, I shouldn't even tell this story, but yeah, we were having ribs. I didn't cook them, but I held one of the ribs right up under his nose, and he went. And then I gave him a bottle, and then he fell asleep. It was amazing. Ribs bring the world together. No, they weren't pork ribs. They were beef. They were beef ribs. And now look at them. No, not pocket ribs, beef ribs. None of those ended up in my pocket. Thank God.
On suspicion of murder. I'm Kathy Farah.
And I'm Jonathan Gonzalez. Those new developments
We don't do pork. Pork is a thing of the past on this over here.
today drawing search teams and investigators as well as cadaver dogs to the scene there. There has been a widely publicized search across the Inland Empire since.
Right. Well, like I said, he could have said, hey, she did it and I know where the body is. But that's not a confession.
Emanuel's parents claimed the 7-month-old.
Yeah, it was it was kind of like when Mufasa held up Simba on Pride Rock and he said, one day this will all be yours. And it's like a buffet of ribs with t-shirts that have pockets. This one day will be all yours. Simba, you deliberately disobeyed me. Who's that? James Earl Jones
was kidnapped in Ukaipa on August 14th.
From there, detectives say.
And then he turns around and he goes, Dad, I don't want all the ribs in the world. Josh, did you see my question? That one right there, the one about you asking if I saw your question. I see this question.
Their story fell apart, arresting the parents at their home in Cabot.
The answer is yes. I see your question.
On Friday.
And then today, search and rescue crews were seen looking for the remains of the missing infant.
NBC4's Tracy Leon live in San Bernardino County.
And if there were dogs out there and there had been human remains out there, they would have hit. They didn't.
An update on the search. Tracy?
What's up, Trace? Hit us.
Yeah, Kathy and Jonathan, the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department led the search and rescue operation earlier today in Moreno Valley. They were not able to locate Emanuel Harrow, and at this point, they do not believe he is alive, and they say their search and their investigation will continue until they find the baby's remains. Search and rescue teams spent hours combing through rugged terrain along the 60 westbound freeway near Gilman Springs Road in Moreno Valley Sunday afternoon, looking for...
No, Peyton's name is not Simba. It's Peyton. What was... I didn't see it. I can't scroll back up. Put it in there again.
For 7-month-old Emanuel.
Yeah, I know about the dog, but I know about the dog. Oh, my camera's messing up. I know about the dog, but they didn't hit on anything, did they? Not that I know of. Because if they had hit on something, then they said, yeah, they hit.
They didn't. The baby's father, Jake Hotto, was also at the location with detectives.
In my experience, when somebody is being let out and being escorted to a particular area to look for a body who has been unaccounted for and they believe is a victim of a murder, that tells me that the person is sharing enough information.
Private investigator Moses Castillo.
Oh, great. Another private investigator. Yeah, but somebody also died in that house, didn't they? That's what happened in the Dylan Redwine case, was that they pulled up floorboards. They knew when they questioned, was it Mark was his name, Mark Redwine. When they questioned him, they said, did Dylan, hurt himself in the house? And he was like, no, I don't think so. And they said, well, there's a lot of blood here. And then they're like, can you explain all this blood? He would have had to hurt himself pretty badly. So I don't know.
Investigated crimes against children during his more than 30-year career with the LAPD.
If it's true that the body was dumped somewhere in the fields, by now with the hot weather and the length of time, the body is decomposing and it's going to be in very bad condition. But they could still do an autopsy and try to determine the manner and cause of death.
And by the way, that's what's so important, not just because recovering the baby is just sort of the final, putting the child to rest peacefully with some sort of grave, respectfully, instead of discarded like trash, which sounds like what has happened. Who knows where? But yeah, he didn't lead him straight to the body.
If there's some abusive head trauma, they'll be able to see that.
Emanuel's parents, Jake and Rebecca Hotto, were arrested Friday on suspicion of murder. Officials believe the 7-month-old is dead and his reported kidnapping did not happen. Emanuel was first reported missing August 14th. His mother, Rebecca, told investigators she was attacked at the Big Five in Yucaipa and someone took her baby. After deputies confronted her about inconsistencies in the story, both parents stopped cooperating with investigators. According to law enforcement, Jake was convicted in 2021 for cruelty to a child and in 2024 for being a felon in possession of a handgun. Jake's car was also recently seized by law enforcement. Castillo expects law enforcement to be back in the same search area tomorrow to thoroughly scour the area to ensure they didn't miss anything.
Give him a decency of a funeral or a resting place for him, because no child should ever endure something like this. So my heart goes out to Emanuel and everybody impacted by this.
Yeah, I think he is.
NBC4 Investigates spoke to the Riverside County DA's office. They say that if the parents remain in custody and they decide to charge them, they will be arraigned on Tuesday. Reporting live in San Bernardino, Tracy Leong, NBC4 News.
All right, let's watch one more and then we'll call it a night. This is where she's on the scene.
And now on the NBC4 News at 6, the search for the remains of a 7-month-old baby takes investigators to a remote area in Moreno Valley. We've been following every development on this story closely since his mother first reported him missing last Thursday. We want to thank you for joining us here at 6. I'm Jonathan Gonzalez.
I'm Kathy Vara. Here's where we stand right now.
The father of Emanuel Haro was with investigators today during the search for the baby's remains. 32-year-old Jake Haro was arrested Friday for Emanuel's murder along with his wife, Rebecca. You can see him right here in a red jumpsuit with search and rescue teams.
Our own Tracy Leong live on the scene along the 60 freeway. Tracy, what's the latest?
Yeah, Jonathan and Kathy, we're standing along the 60 freeway just near the Gilman Springs Road exit where that search and rescue team wrapped up their operation just before 5 o'clock tonight for 7-month-old Emanuel Haro. Law enforcement confirming they did not locate him. News Chopper 4 was above that operation all afternoon as search and rescue teams searched for hours through this area, combing through the rugged terrain here in Moreno Valley. Emanuel's father, Jake Haro, was also out here to help investigators locate the baby. Emanuel's parents, Jake and Rebecca, as you mentioned, they were arrested Friday on suspicion of murder. At this time, officials do believe Emanuel is dead and is reported kidnapped.
I have no idea why he's not in jail.
Did not happen. Emanuel was first reported missing on August 14th. His mother, Rebecca, told investigators she was attacked at the Big Five in Yucaipa and the attacker kidnapped her son. After deputies confronted her about inconsistencies in her story, she stopped cooperating with investigators. According to law enforcement, the baby's father, Jake, was convicted in.
All right, what's the question? I mean, what is it? Why wasn't he in jail? Was that the question? 5 times? I don't see it. I'm still looking. Just ask it now. We can just get it over with.
2021 for cruelty to a child and in 2024 for being a felon in possession of a handgun. Jake's car was also recently seized by law enforcement. The parents also have a 2-year-old child that was taken into custody by the Riverside County Child Protective Services. Back out here live, that hours-long search ending without them finding Emanuel. NBC4 Investigates reached out to Riverside County DA's office, and they did tell us that if the parents...
Yeah, I mean, you're not telling me anything I don't know, but I do not know that many people or in many cases where people have gotten that kind of a deal. Because that was a hell of a deal that he got for what he did.
Remain in custody and the DA's office decides to charge them.
Banana, where's your question?
They will be arraigned on Tuesday.
My cousin stole from this year's place called, I don't know if anybody remembers, like called Mervin's. He got 3 years probation.
Live in Moreno Valley, Tracy Leong, NBC.
Stole a pair of pants.
C4 News.
And now on the
This is wrong. Okay. Well, let me see. Yeah, she's still saying, yeah, that he was abducted. That's her story. Apparently she's going to stick to it. I mean, what else is she going to do? Like, I mean, I was just saying. I don't know. It's right there. What's right there? The question? I'm hanging around to answer your question. What is the question? I don't see it. Does anybody else see this question? This elusive question I can't find? I'm looking, I promise. Okay. For real? Messing with me? Whatever. So stupid. All right. You guys have a good night. Thank you.
I don't know if like Hong understands this is America. People could say what they want in America. If he has a problem with freedom of speech, you can go back to China.
Lab After Dark is starting soon. Lab After Dark is starting soon.
Right.
Well, you opened that Pandora's door.
Banana, I still have yet to see your question. I really haven't. I don't understand.
I was actually just sitting down to pee, but whatever, you know.
I mean, like 4 or 5 times. You said, it's right there. I said, wait, ask the question. You responded with, it's right there. Why not just write the question again? I haven't seen it. You keep talking about Rebecca's brother. I don't understand what I really don't get it. No, YouTube's not filtering it. I can see everything. No, I don't want her to ask it again because I don't care anymore.
ABC4 News.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lab After Dark is starting shortly.
I don't want them to write it again because I don't care anymore. I was really trying to answer the question. All right. Well, good. I'm glad you're done.
Lab After Dark is starting soon.
All right. Treat me like I'm an asshole.
At Cat Sees You donated $10 through Super Chat. Because we love you. Purple heart emoji.
Thank you, Cat. I appreciate it. Very kind of you. I love you guys too. Thank you. I mean, it's crazy, dude. I've got it on all chat. I had it on live chat, top chat, everything. Well, look, I'm not meaning to be that. I'm not meaning to be that way. I was just like thought that somebody was asking asking a question, and they kept saying, "Oh, should I keep asking?" Okay, all right. Well, what is it? Didn't type it. I can't. I'm not gonna go back and search. I can't. I mean, I could, but then there would be zero talking for I don't know quite a while. Typically, when you're doing shows, I know some of the shows that some people may watch on here do go minutes without going, like without saying a word. And then I keep getting told, "Well, why aren't you answering my question?" Well, I was trying.
Lab After Dark is starting soon.
Yeah, but it would show up on my end, is what I'm telling you. I would see it in the studio still, and it would just come up as like a blocked message. There are no blocked messages. And I feel like this was kind of hijacked, you know. It's just, I don't get it.
I was actually just sitting down to pee, but whatever, you know.
Yeah, if you say, okay, what about Rebecca's brother? What about him? That's not a question.
What's the point in causing the ruckus that Lab After Dark starts now.
So I don't know. I don't know. I know that somebody killed somebody. I know a boyfriend killed a girlfriend. I don't know exactly if it was the brother or not. I don't know if it was her brother. And it was like a set. It was some sort of like he staged the scene or something. I don't know, something like that. Does that answer your question? It doesn't apply to Manuel, but his brother did something to himself. His brother took his own life allegedly in that house, and I think what was it Rebecca's brother or was it Jake? It was Rebecca's brother. So, yeah. But once again, I always feel like whenever, it sucks because I don't know. I've thought about this before. Such a stupid thought, but like, because I would never do anything like that. But if something happened, oh, his brother did that, so it wasn't hers. Okay. Look, if I got arrested for something, say a domestic violence, which I never have and I never will. But people would go, well, look what his dad did. Look at his dad. Yeah, so I always kind of steer clear. I mean, I get it, but I always steer clear of that kind of stuff. At least try to, because the sins of our father aren't necessarily supposed to be ours, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense or not. I guess I'm sort of sensitive to it. Because people would always like make excuses for me. When I say like excuses, they would say, "Oh wow, you're so normal for what happened to you. You could have been something." And I go, "Well, I am. What do you mean I am normal? I am. I feel normal." And banana. Honestly, I hope that it was just a misunderstanding or something happened. I don't know. Because you've always been pretty cool here, so that's why. I mean, I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt, but I mean, it was kind of I don't know. Did it? Were you getting deleted? I'm telling you, I didn't see anything. Yeah. I didn't see anything, but all right, all right. I fully believe you. Yeah, that's true. Everybody does deal with trauma differently, but still, I don't know. It just always felt weird. I don't know. It just felt weird when somebody would say, you know, I remember my buddy Will. I was at his house and his drunk stepdad, guy's name was Paul. It's really all you need to know. And he said, he goes, Will, why can't you be a better kid like your friend? Look at everything, or look at what he's been through, and he could have easily went the other way, or something like that. And I know that's a compliment, but it doesn't always feel like one. You get kind of tired of hearing that shit, especially when you're younger. I it's not that I don't understand it. I understand it, but just always feels weird, disingenuous, I guess. I don't know. Because I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything, but I tell you that I do feel as I got older. I mean, my aunt who was shot by my father, who lived, and she ended up with a lot of problems because of it, physical, mental, all kinds of stuff. I mean, when somebody crawls all the way back from, because she was in a coma, and let me see here. I'll show you a little exclusive. It's not really an exclusive, but Macho keeps snoring because he's a big fatty, a fatty. Otis is tired. Otis didn't nap at all today, and he usually has to take a nap like a little baby, like a. Let me see if I can find it here. Let me see. But I felt guilty. I still feel guilty because it's like, well, my dad did that, or my dad did that to. You can hear Macho. I mean, he's out of control, dude. And he even, oh my god, it's okay, Macho. I'm a thickums too, and snore just as much. I want to get him like a little baby CPAP, like a little miniature CPAP machine if I can. Hi, Holly. You're just in time. Oh, God. We're so stupid. Okay. Where are we at here? I thought I sent this. Guess I can't find him. Great. It's awesome. I think I've shown that one before. No, they don't make doggy CPAPs, but they should. I wish they did. If they were to make doggy CPAPs, Macho would be patient zero. I don't know. Probably. I'm still here. I just slowed down. I'm here. Ish. I'm trying to find something though that I can't for some reason. I'm so tired of being blue, crying over you, and I'm so sick of love songs, so hard of tears, so dumb. I'm here. I'm right here. Just give me a minute. Just looking for this, but I, for some reason, cannot find it, and I should. Oh wait, here it is. I knew I had it somewhere. Oh, hold on. Otis is on the bed too. God, Macho, it's out of control. Seriously. Sometimes it's just like too much. I don't know. I don't know where he gets it all from. That's not the one I'm looking for though. No, Otis is not awake. He's out because he didn't take usually he takes a nap in the middle of the day. But he didn't. So all right, here it is, right here. I found it. And I know like some people know about sort of what happened in my life, but it's probably worse than, than I can explain. But this was the article that was written after my mother passed. My mother died, and then my aunt remained. She was critical. She was stable, but finally, but she was critical. A Eureka woman wounded in Wednesday's double shooting here remained in stable but critical condition this morning as the man suspected of the assault continued to elude a statewide manhunt. My aunt was only 25, but she was shot in the chest. And there's my mother's name, Sue Diaz. some reason it said my dad was he was not very tall. He was like 5'6". Yeah, he was on the run for like a week. It took him. He was on the run for I think at least a week. I believe it's quite some time. But he. Anyway, sometimes when I see her, I just feel. I feel bad, I don't know. I can't help it. I don't know why. I mean, I know that I guess that I shouldn't feel bad as if I did. Like, I'm not saying that I was responsible, but still your dad, unfortunately. And like I said, you could just see like, I had and sometimes people, people that don't like me still, especially on the internet, it's never happened in real life, but on the internet, that people sort of weaponize that against you. And say, little macho keeps a snoring. I think I did show this once. I'll show it again. This is when he pled guilty. This is when he pled guilty after he was caught. And look at that photo. That's 1988. Looks like shit. But yeah, we were about to go to trial, as you could see. Eureka Man facing a lengthy trial. His attorney predicted would be ugly. A 26-year-old Eureka Man pleaded guilty Tuesday to a double shooting in June that killed his estranged wife and his sister. Anyway, so he pled guilty because he got a deal. That's why. It wasn't. I know he looks like shit. Well, I mean, he was at some point. It wasn't always. Thank you, Rescue Rabbit. It's very kind of you. It's flawed. That's how you know it's real. I mean, look, the photo's not good, but I mean, you could call him a meanie. I mean, that term would probably suffice. His reason was that she was going to leave him, and it's just your typical. She was going to leave, and he couldn't handle that. Like, it was just not something that he could abide. I don't know. It's funny because, well, it's not really funny, but I remember, I'll have to find, it's in my folder somewhere, but one of the newspaper articles, because I collected, I collected as many as I could, and then just recently came in with a bunch more, and just to have for myself because they're so old, you know, none of it's digital. It's the only way that it could be found is, you know, uploaded, and it was just a pain for years, you know. But there was one article that said the title of it was An American Tragedy. And I remember that. I don't know why that always stuck with me. It always bothered me. I don't know why. I just, you know, it's just like, well, there was that. There was abuse. There was infidelity on his part. He ended up having another child, and there was physical abuse. There was mental abuse. Like, we were abused. We were kidnapped. We were, you know, all that. We were all that. We were terrorized, to be honest with you, to be completely frank. And you know, what a headline. What a headline, you know, for somebody to write about I mean, that's the start. That's the start of your life. That's not even the end. Well, for those of us who survived, you know, because survivor's guilt, as Dr. Gary would tell you, is a very real thing. And yeah, it was, but yeah, that's what we were. That's what we were deemed, an American tragedy. You know, they said the same thing about Chris Watts. They said the same thing about the Menendez brothers. They said the same thing about OJ. And, you know, they said the same thing about a lot of us. That's why it kind of bothers me when these people talk all this bullshit. They don't even know what a tragedy really is, other than from the outside. You know, and I mean like a real tragedy, not you didn't make the 7th grade basketball team, so you acted out and tried to set your desk on fire or something. Yeah, they just say, well, I'm an empath, or I have, you know, most of the people that pay attention to like true crime or in general just crime, have suffered tragedies. I know that, but a lot of people just see it as an easy way to get views and the way that people pay attention. Because most people are good. In most people. But not all. And the bad ones prey on the good ones. In every sense of the word. Or in every sense of I mean, prey. I mean, that's what they do. And so, you know, you just kind of like, you know, you sit there and you go, what are you telling everybody the child's found? Let law enforcement do that. Let law enforcement be the one to do it. Why do you have to do it? Why do you need to do it? So anyway, because they want to be heroes or something, or I don't know. I have no idea. I couldn't tell you. They just do. They gotta be the one. Like, it's important to them. I mean, if they could talk about it with any authenticity, they wouldn't feel the need to be like, we were the first ones. No, you don't need that. Yeah, I know. And they will put out a statement if and when he's found. That's funny. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. It's important to them. Why? I don't know. Because they've never experienced anything. They've never experienced anything remotely tragic. Most people that gleefully, like whoever that person that was in here, you read, you were so giddy. First of all, I wasn't giddy. I was just reading it because, well, I wanted to. Being giddy about it, I was like, oh. But that's a completely different thing. It's not even close. It's apples and oranges, and you can't compare apples and oranges. I mean, you can, but you're going to come up short. Apples and bananas. Does anybody remember that? I like to eat apples and bananas. I like to eat apples and bananas. I like to opals and banana. I like to, I don't know. I like to eat apples and bananas. Apples and bananas. Was that Barney? Apples and bananas. I do not like to eat apples and bananas. I'm telling you, it's a real thing. You've never heard it. So there are people there that do. I'm not the only one. I like to eat apples and bananas. I mean, I don't know if it's a California thing, but somebody said that it was Barney. Is that true? It was Barney? Barney who? It was just like a nurse. It was like a little kid's song that was sang for some reason that, what? I don't know. I think so. I don't remember. Barney. Whatever happened to him? Whatever happened to Barney? It might be Barney. That's true. I like to let me see here. I'm sure we can find it. No way.
Oh, I love apples and bananas.
No, that's not it either. I like to eat apples and bananas. 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 I like to eat equals and bananas. I like to eat, equals and bananas. And I like to eat, apples and bananas. I like to eat, apples and bananas. I like to apples and bananas. I like to apples and bananas. Dude, we used to write. I like to apples and bananas. I like to apples and bananas. I mean, it was a real song. I'm telling you, we used to sing it. I like to opals and bananas. Yeah. I like to eat apples and bananas. I like to eat apples and bananas. I like to eat apples and bananas. Yeah. I like to eat. So way better than T-Rev shit. Eat apples and bananas. I like to eat apples and bananas. I like to eat apples and bananas. Yeah. And I like to eat apples and bananas. Yeah, baby. I like to eat apples and bananas. I like to. You know, it's like a little mandolin that he's playing, like dunk, 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 da dunk, da dunk, 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 dunk. Apples and bananas. I like to apples and bananas. Yeah. And I like to apples and bananas. I like to apples and bananas. Come on, let's hit that. Let's hit that last part again. Ready? That was fire. Of course, you're not teaching kids anything by saying that, by saying things completely wrong, but still fun, I guess. Really? Because of that? Oh, no. Just came in. What in the world? I guess this would be a bad time to end, but I'm going to do it anyway, I guess. It is a great song. It's true. I don't know. We sang it all the time and we thought it was the shit. Like it was like, we thought it was like, I don't know. We got as excited for that as when Ricky Martin's Macarena came on. Remember that? Hala tu puoi parir Macarena, but today put a Macarena Macarena. Hala tu puoi parir Macarena. Hey Macarena. Does anybody remember that? We used to get it. We used to throw down. That wasn't Ricky Martin. Sorry, Ricky Martin was a much different song. I thought that I just said that Ricky Martin did the Macarena, but it wasn't him. He did She Bangs or something. Whatever that William Hung guy did. But the Macarena was a hit, and so was Apples and Bananas. Thank you for gifting a lab membership. That's very kind of you. I like to oat. It's never gonna stop. Apples and bananas. I'm gonna have to listen to I don't know, something like Blink 182 or maybe The Cure to drown it out. The Cure probably be good. Not a not a bed dance, a wheelie dance with my walker. Banana phone? What the hell is banana phone? I've never heard of that. I like to oat. Opals and bananas. Yes, Town Chat, thank you. Very kind. I just pictured Dawn Wells singing this song in the toilet. Drunker than Cooter Brown. That's funny. Earth, Wind, and Fire is preferred. I haven't listened to Earth, Wind, and Fire in a long time. What about Down with the Sickness by Disturbed? That's a palate cleanser. Or yes. I can be a hero, baby. I think that's Enrique Iglesias, to be honest with you. We're getting our Spanish ballad singers messed up here. But that's mostly my fault. I can be a hero, baby. And that was Enrique Iglesias. It wasn't Keith Sweat, no. Not at all. Mm-hmm. Fruitylicious. You got Linkin Park, huh? Tickets. Is their new the new lead singer is a woman, correct? And I actually heard her, and she's really good. And people were talking mad shit, but of course they would. Nobody's ever happy about anything. But she's really good. I believe that's the band. She's really good. Really good. I'm glad that they're still out there because they have a really big following, you know. Ricky Martin sang Shake Your Bonbon or no? I really didn't follow Ricky Martin that much. I knew a couple. Yeah. I'm Mexican, but I'm not really into like I wasn't like into Menudo or anything. I don't know. Although I like Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny's good. Or was good. Or is good sometimes. And then who else was it? Like I never could get into Pitbull. I know people love Pitbull. And like he's got some bangers for sure, but I don't know. I mean, that's just not my kind of music. I don't know why. Now, Chris Brown is not a great human. However, he's probably one of the best performers to ever live. So I'm sure that she will enjoy that a lot. Which she should, because it'll be a good show. My son loved the Spice Girls around that time. Really? If you want to be my lover, you got to get with my friends. I don't know what that means, but that was a hit too. But thinking back, it really wasn't that great of a song. At the time, I guess it was. They were edgy, you know. They wore like skimpy outfits, but still not that great of a song. Woo! But yeah, I wasn't a big. I was more into like Backstreet Boys and shit, which isn't any better. I liked NSYNC, and then I really liked that song "Genie in a Bottle." That was a good one. No Doubt was cool, but I like one of my favorite bands of all time is the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I still think they're fantastic. They were one of my favorites. I like them a lot. And then a little later, I liked a little bit of Metallica. I mean, I don't like all their stuff, and I don't really like super heavy metal, but I did like them. I liked Bop. Hanson was good. You know, I actually watched them perform. I think I can't remember. It was online. It was like 20 years later, something like that. And they did Bop, and they actually had to do it in a lower octave because none of them had hit puberty when that song was popping. And it's still great the way they did it, but it obviously sounds so much different. Like the most. But it still, I mean, it sounds good, but it wasn't. I saw the Red Hot Chili Peppers when I turned 21 and the crowd pushed for it, picked me up off my feet, and I had to make my way over to the side to puke. That's a horrible story. Well, the ending was horrible. The story was like kind of cool. The story was cool, and then the puking just wiped it all out. Like, it had a really strong start. Red Hot Chili Peppers, 21, crowd pushing, picked you up. You know, it's like the eagle, you know. And then you had to make your way over to the side to puke. And that's where the story really went downhill. That's sort of where the story went downhill. Not like majorly, but you know, you could have said, "Oh, I had to make my way over to my friends," and I don't know anything, but the puking part is not the best. People puke, I get it. I still resent the fact that someone stole my Disturbed sweatshirt from when they opened for Tool. Interesting. Yeah, I guess it does. Banana Fresh coming back big time, redeeming herself. Thank God. Me and my friend hitchhiked barefoot to Boston. First of all, that's a health hazard. You can't walk around Boston barefoot. To see, why were you barefoot? White Snake and Motley Crue. Now that is an awesome concert. I'm a drummer, so I love Tommy Lee. I'm a drummer too. But the barefoot part, I don't understand. You did, but did anybody lose a toe? Jordan Knight turns 50 this year. Holy shit, really? I haven't got to experience a Tool concert yet. Major downer for my concert list. I didn't know we had a bunch of concert goers here. I saw the Moody Blues once, and I got hit by a drumstick that he threw out into the crowd because I wasn't trying to catch his drumstick because I didn't even know who they were. The Moody Blues. I don't know. I didn't. They were. I mean, yeah, I guess they were good, but I didn't really like it. I don't know why. But I got hit in the side of the head with I got hit in the side of the head with a drumstick. So that sucked. You do? You like the Moody Blues? They were really popular. I just wasn't looking for the drumstick. You know. Sometimes you have to. That's a good thing if you have to. All right. I'm going to go to bed. Thank you guys for sticking around. Glad everything got cleared up. It's a beautiful thing. Patience is a virtue. Did somebody... Okay, I wanted to make sure. Did somebody become... I did see Aerosmith in Concord, California. I did see them a long time ago. They were really good. It was right after that album Jaded came out. Then I went to a Christian concert. That's what they called it. It was at like Six Flags. And there was a guy named Stephen Curtis Chapman. I think that was his name. And he was really good. Like, it was really good. I've been to a Weird Al concert too. He does the Municipal here sometimes. All right, guys. Now, Springsteen probably was pretty awesome. You know who Stephen Curtis Chapman is? He's really, really good. I like him. Yeah, I liked him. He was good. All right, guys. Have a good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lab After Dark is starting shortly.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Rehab After Dark is starting soon.
See you, Moon Lover. Rod, good to see you, brother. And Wolf Rider, thanks again for being a member for 27 months. Gabby, Gabby missed, member for 5 months. And Requiem Kill Domine? I tried. Thank you for your super chat. Lucy, thank you for your gift of membership. Kat, thank you as well. Rescue Rabbit, thank you. And Town Chat, thank you, Rich.
I don't know what it is. I don't know. I totally forgot about that case, or I haven't been paying attention, so it's quite interesting. 2 years? 2 years it took.
Well, no, this was 2017.
2017.
That's when the shooting happened.
So
we're 5 years.
5 years in.
What is he, 23 now? That's like
22, 23.
Right.
Life's over, dude.
Well, that's why he said he did it, because he didn't want loneliness.
He thought his life was over at 17. Oh my God, he failed high school. Like he's the first one.
You know how many classes I failed?
Yeah, get over it.
Yeah, seriously. I see all kinds of homeless people. They're not really killing people. They all failed. Most of them failed high school too.
Yeah,
not that. It's not. It's literally not the end of the world. Like, it's not good, but it's not the end.
Now it's nothing. It's nothing now. I've been looking recently at like new jobs and stuff. Like 90% of the applications and stuff I see, it's like high school diploma preferred, not required. Like, you know what I mean? It's like your life's not over. You could find your way. You could find something.
What jobs have you applied for?
I got a new job actually, but
what?
Yeah.
When do you start?
Start of next month.
Is it by chance anything to do with janitorial services?
No. I'll be working at like a rehab facility, doing like groups and stuff.
like drug rehabilitation?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's not the first time that you've worked in some sort of like institution.
Yeah. Yes, I'm well aware.
So you set up the groups? Do you hold meetings and stuff?
Yeah, I'm going to. I have to do some more training.
I could just hear you. Hey, Eric, can you please tell us a little bit more about your crack addiction? You didn't share enough today in group.
No, I think it'll be good. I think it'll be
fulfilling. Interesting.
Yeah, maybe, right? Yeah, see people get better. That'll be nice.
Yeah, but like,
yeah.
But with you there, see, here's what I'm confused because I think that this could possibly like be a ruse, like just to get you some help somehow. And they're gonna
like this is just set up. I'm gonna just live at this treatment facility.
Yeah, you're gonna go for like 4 days at a time. They'll let you come home, and then you got to go back. And they're like, "Hey, Lucas, can you go set up the punch for the meeting?" And you're like, "I'm running the meeting."
What addiction do you think I have?
You see, that's the thing. I think it's just an overall rehabilitation place.
Yeah.
And I think they probably think you have some sort of like traumatic brain injury or something not known to the human eye. Like you're not addicted to any substance.
So I went for the interview and they were like, "Oh God, we got to get you staying."
Well, your girlfriend's a medical professional, right?
Yeah.
So I think this is all kind of like been set up. I think like it's like the Truman Show for you, and you're getting ready to.
You know, I think about that all the time. That show, I watched it maybe at, I don't know, when did that show come out? But I always think about
a long time ago.
Yeah, I think about that. Maybe I watched it too young, so I thought it was
like you think everything's a setup.
Yeah, kind of.
Because I kind of do think that like that. You're going to say like, oh, you're going to run meetings, but you're really just putting the cookies and punch out.
No, I don't think so. It's not how it's been discussed or what some of the training stuff I've gone through.
Well, they're not going to tell you. They're just going to, they're
right.
Just
part of the show.
Yeah. They're going to treat you like they probably tell everybody that's going into the rehab.
Yeah.
The only people that will apply for this job are the people that really need help. And so that's what's happening. It feels like, I mean, I could be completely wrong, and I really hope I am. And I hope you have a successful career.
I hope you're wrong too, because I don't want that. I just want a job. Well, I don't really want a job, but I probably should.
But I thought you were going to be a stay-at-home dad.
That's undecided. But if anyone was going to, it would be me.
Right. And that's a cool thing.
Yeah, I think so.
My cousin, that's how they do it.
Yeah.
She works and he takes care of the kids.
I think
it's 2022, baby.
It just makes more sense. And like,
well, she's smarter than you and could get way better jobs than you.
Yeah, she has like the best job.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. And like you time.
I'm never in my life going to like outperform her financially.
Are you going to be you're not going to be a hedge fund manager or anything?
Right. So, and that would be like the only way. So,
although I got to tell you, you did change my life for the better once.
Oh, really?
Yeah, most of it's been on the contrary, but
right.
But that you taught me something that has stuck with me forever that I use to this day, every time. And it just so happened that I was changing the liner of a trash can once, and the bag was just a little too small to fit. And you said, "Here, let me see." It's an old janitor's trick, and you split it, and
then I tied it.
And you tied it like it was like,
and it was tight.
It was tight and perfect, and you were so proud of yourself. And
I mean, I got a lot of janitor tricks that I've shown you. I feel like.
The bucket one doesn't work. So that's the thing. And we all talked
every time.
We all talked behind your back about it because nobody else wanted to plunge the turds, but you were totally willing. But we all laughed that you always ended up having to get a plunger because your suction thing never worked.
No, that's stupid. That's not true. That was bad plumbing up there. Okay, first. And it worked.
Bad
The
plumbing,
plungers
it's
didn't
all
work.
it needs.
How many,
It's gravity and suction. Like there's no, what do you mean? Bad plumbing.
the plungers never worked. I always used those buckets. They didn't work 100% of the time, but neither did the plungers. You'd be sitting there sweating, plunging the thing for 5 minutes. Forget it. I'll throw a bucket of water on it.
Well, eventually the only way that, like the way that I figured you just did it was that you just poured so much water that spilled everywhere. And then
fresh water.
And then you mopped it up and then
water's all over the floor.
And then eventually, you have a clean toilet now.
Yeah, that's fair.
But
I can't believe you guys talked about that behind my back.
We all laughed because we'd all say it doesn't work. And you're like, yes, it does.
Dude, go on YouTube and watch it. I would do it up there. How do you think I got it? Those plungers, for some reason, at that place never worked.
But I would end up
clogged once a week.
Lucas, I would end up standing in 2 feet of
Dude,
two.
That wasn't from me. I would go up there all the time, and it's like, is this pee or is the toilet leaking or what? There's just a puddle up there.
Yeah.
That I never knew where it was coming from.
You could never tell exactly what.
And the floors were so dirty. The floors were so dirty that you didn't know if it was urine or
just
water.
whatever. I know that was.
I think that was
bad.
That was a weird place.
It really was, and I think also when it rained, the stucco on the outside,
it would leak in.
Yeah, but there would be just and it would be asbestos covered water.
Yeah, I like how I worked there. It's like I started as just like what a clerk, is that what it is?
Yeah.
And then I was like on the roof, like fixing leaks.
Yeah. That's all we really had the payroll for. You were our janitor. You were our roofer, carpet cleaner, bathroom cleaner,
weekend manager.
You did everything. You picked up dead birds in the parking lot.
Yeah, I was shoveling human poop.
Yeah, that wasn't cool.
No, I was underpaid there. Let's just say that.
Some sort of hazard pay was probably needed, but I mean, to be fair, it wasn't that hard of a job.
No,
unless you were trying to fix the roof.
That wasn't even hard. That was just hard because the people that I had to be on the roof with.
The funny thing about that was that there was a back alley that was just frequented by homeless, and I remember we put the cameras up, and the alley camera got destroyed in 36 hours.
Yeah, it was not even up there.
I was watching the video of it.
Got hit with a rock.
Yeah, I was watching the video of it, and all I see is this. The last thing I see is some homeless guy throwing a rock, and then the screen just starts flickering.
Yeah,
it's like one throw. Like the guy looked like Nolan Ryan on crack.
Yeah, he just goes around doing that, just knocking out all the security cameras.
It was definitely impressive. I was very impressed with his accuracy.
And then we would paint that wall back there, and it was just like giving them a new canvas. It was like the worst.
Yeah, I felt like I was doing them a favor. Like, here you guys go, have fun
Right.
painting
Yeah,
again.
they're like, oh, cool. Now, you know what? I messed up on the last one that said, I don't know.
I can't get over that you're going to work at a rehab.
You like that? I think it'll be nice.
I haven't decided if I like it yet. I like elements of it, but I don't know. It could go really, really bad because when you work, for everybody, including the people that have drug problems, because I can't imagine you hosting a AA meeting. How are you going to do that? You've never been addicted to anything in your life except wanting to be loved.
Yeah. I mean, I get that. And that is something I said. I was like, I don't, it's
It's probably
common.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, aren't most like the guys on intervention?
You know, the person that interviewed me had, been recovered. So
maybe. Okay. Now I see what they're going to do. They're going to get you addicted to cocaine or crack.
No, my
rehab
God.
you, and then they want, you got to go through the full gauntlet. That's what they mean by you got to do more training.
No. Well, no, it's just like just the training. I've done some of it. It's just how to like lead a group. It's like how to go through it. I'm just basically following an outline. I'm not really like, trying to like lay some knowledge on these people or something. It's like, it's pretty well documented how people get sober. It's not like,
I could see like you have your little flashcards. Garrett, don't smoke meth.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. You have a good one.
I think that's good advice.
It's great advice. It's great advice. Remember that guy that we knew that told us that he tried meth a few times?
Yeah.
There's no such thing, right? You can't try meth a few times.
He said he tried meth, and then he had multiple stories about trying meth. So I was like, no, you did that.
You were doing meth.
You were doing meth. You didn't just try it.
Right. Trying it is one time.
It's so interesting to me how that even happened. Let's be fair. He's semi-normal.
I mean, what?
Well, you know what I mean? Like he
stole my wallet.
Okay, well, it's fallen on some hard times, I think, but I don't know. I think he was semi-normal. Like he didn't come from like a bad family, or you know what I mean. It wasn't like a typical case he would be. I don't know. I was surprised that he had done meth. You weren't, obviously.
No.
Did I stump you?
No, I wasn't surprised.
You weren't surprised.
I wasn't surprised. I would have been more surprised if he would have only did it once, like tried it once. But I wasn't.
You weren't surprised that he's done meth multiple times.
No, because he looked like somebody. He was the kind of guy that wouldn't get haircuts. He'd just grow his hair out till it was so long, and then he'd shave it, and then grow it out again through all the awkward stages, like the Stephen Avery phase, and then the Waylon Jennings phase.
He said that he would donate it, like so that seemed like it was nice.
Do you really think he did though? The guy did meth.
Yeah, I don't know.
You think they're going to take his meth hair?
Yeah, I don't know. He did seem like a guy who did meth. Maybe I just have it all wrong. Maybe I don't have a good radar for who does meth and who doesn't.
Well, usually you can pick up on people who are currently doing meth. It's not always so apparent when the person doesn't do meth anymore. If that makes any sense.
That's fair.
But there is a point of no return where you can stop doing meth and it's still apparent that you did meth.
Yeah, you've done meth.
And they don't know if you're doing it still or not.
So I guess he hit the sweet spot, right? Where he just did it enough.
It was like he was playing cornhole and he went right through it.
Do you ever like see somebody, where we used to work, I used to think about this a lot. Like, I want to just be inside their head for a second, like just for a little bit, be able to go in and go out and see like what is happening in there.
I think about that with you all the time.
Yeah. With me.
Yeah. I've always wanted to know like what's going on up there. And I think 90% of it would be UFC related.
Yeah. I mean, that's a lot.
Like do you think about UFC a lot?
I've watched probably or looked at, I don't know. I watched like a couple UFC videos today already. I watched the Contender series last night. So, I watch something every day about UFC, or I look at like what fight's coming up, or
Right. Wow.
So that's a big part of it.
So,
and then I went on, and then I did some running. I was thinking about exercising a lot today until I did it.
Yeah, but you don't think about exercising while you're running.
Yeah, I think about trying to breathe.
Like trying not to die.
Dude, it's so hot here. Running is miserable. It's 102
in LA.
Yeah.
Why?
I think it's hot here. I think it's always that hot.
I mean,
I can't tell you why it's that hot. I think that there's a heat wave going on right now. I heard something about.
Well, Redding's 112.
Yeah, I was in Reading not too long ago, and it was 112 or 13 or something like that. It was miserable. The sun hurt my skin. Like when I was in it, it was like I wasn't sunburnt, but I could feel it like frying my skin. It hurt.
Dude, this just came across the screen. Florida man charged with DUI for driving a Walmart scooter while drunk. Wow.
He got it out of the store?
Yeah. No, it says he was in the store.
You could get DUIs driving those in the store?
Hold on.
No way. That's crazy.
That would
I feel like the law has gone too far.
No. Oh, yeah, he got it while driving it. He was driving into the shelves.
Oh, yeah, he got it out of the store.
No, it says Florida man was arrested for DUI after driving scooter into Walmart shelves.
Oh, shelves. I thought you said he was driving.
So maybe it was his own scooter. Maybe he brought the scooter in there.
Oh, gotcha.
And was ramming into stuff because he was so drunk. So let's just see here.
I can't believe you can get a DUI on one of those. I mean, I guess you get a DUI on a bicycle, right?
I've heard that, but I don't know anybody that's happened to except my cousin.
But I mean, it's happening.
If you find yourself in a Walmart in Melbourne, Florida, watch out for drunk drivers on motorized shopping carts.
It's unreal.
So here we go. A 39-year-old man was arrested.
He definitely, no, dude, I know. He got drunk. He went in there. He got the cart because he was drunk. Thought it would be a good idea. I can't believe you can get a DUI.
I mean, I can. It's not that. How's that? You can't drive drunk, dude. Like it's a thing. Anything. You can't drive anything drunk. Nothing.
Those things go. I walk faster than those things.
Well, let's just hear what the article has to say.
Okay.
A 39-year-old man was arrested after police say he was driving a motorized scooter and crashing into shelves while intoxicated on Sunday, July 24th, 2020, at a Walmart in Melbourne. Melbourne police say the man was driving a Walmart scooterized cart with his open backpack sitting in the scooter basket, where they were able to see an open bottle of Smirnoff vodka inside.
Oh, man.
According to police, the man almost hit other customers, as well was seen swaying in the scooter and running into shelves. The man allegedly smelled like booze and had glassy eyes. When officials asked the man to show his ID, the driver was uncooperative and he had to be taken to a patrol vehicle on a stretcher. He also refused to take a breath test. And when he was taken in...
That's a good move.
Yeah, it is a good move. Make him take blood. The unnamed man has been booked into Brevard County on DUI charges, refusal with prior citation, disorderly intoxication, and possession of an open container. He's only 39. So.
Yeah. I wonder what's going on in his life.
Probably not a lot. It's weird. I mean, I'm still wondering if they didn't specify. So it sounds like since it was it was Walmart's, right?
Yeah, it's got to be Walmart.
Because they did say that was.
It's only 39. Is there a mugshot? We got a mugshot?
No, they said unidentified. I'm sure he looks fantastic, Lucas. He got a DUI inside of a Walmart driving one of their cars.
Seeing if he was handy capable or not.
No. Apparently he didn't need it, but they took him off in a stretcher.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Wow. Yeah, maybe he was. Maybe he needed it.
Maybe it was his scooter.
But you
But
can't.
I just think that's ridiculous that you can get a DUI on one of those. I guess I've heard like golf carts, you can get a DUI in those too. You can't drive anything drunk, huh?
You can't drive. You can't if it has wheels. You can't be on it. Like you could probably get a DUI on rollerblades. That would. I mean, but see, that's the thing. You're not even supposed to be drunk out in public.
Yeah, which is weird, right? That's weird.
Well, where else are you going to get drunk?
Yeah, what are you going to do?
You go out to the bars. That's a public place, right?
Yeah, well, but what's the rule like when you're at like a sporting event or something? Is there like they sell booze? So isn't that a public thing, or is that different?
I think it falls under some sort of like I don't think
because you have to have like a ticket to enter, so maybe it's not considered.
Well, I mean, if you're ever into Vegas, everybody walking around is drunk.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. I guess you can be drunk in public. You just can't be super drunk in public.
Listen to this one. Man wakes up with headache, finds bullet lodged in his head. A woman was arrested Tuesday after her husband woke up in the middle of the night with a terrible headache and later learned he had a bullet lodged in his head. St. Lucie County Sheriff's deputies initially thought Michael Eugene Mullion had been hit by a stray bullet, but later realized the couple's story did not match up. April Mullion, 39. What's up with all these 39 Floridians? Was arrested Tuesday night and charged with possession of a firearm by a felon. So she was already a felon.
Yeah. Lovely gal.
She's being held in jail, but bail had not been set. Detectives plan to meet with prosecutors to decide whether additional charges would be filed. Why would you have to? She shot him in the head.
She shot him in the head, and he just was like, "Oh man,
I have a headache." He went to bed and woke up.
God, that's impressive.
It said he did not undergo surgery, but was transferred to a trauma facility, and his condition is not known. Well, he's got a bullet in his head. He's not doing well.
Yeah.
How do you not get charged with attempted murder for that?
I think you have. I think that's what that would be, right? Maybe they're waiting to see if he makes it or not.
Yeah, that's probably it. It's really just an odd story.
Pretty crazy how many people try to kill other people, huh?
Yeah, it's a lot.
A lot. Too many, I think.
It seems to be getting worse too.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if it's worse.
I think it is. I think it probably. Honestly, for some reason, I think social media has a lot to do with it.
Of course, social media has a lot to do with everything that's negative in this world.
It's got some positives, but I think that the negatives.
Yeah, but I would say, come on, social media. There's no way that the good outweighs the bad. There's no way.
Right. No, well, you're probably right. I mean, I don't know. I don't really think about it that much.
Well, yeah, you're also normal, and you're not
I'm normal,
obsessive with it, so you're normal. You're not shooting somebody in their sleep.
No, nope, I haven't done that one.
You're not, getting arrested in Walmart.
That's up for debate. Florida man facing felony charges for throwing hot dog at police.
Oh, that seems like
that's excessive.
The police just went too far.
I don't think you can throw anything at the police though.
No. But the hot dog, get over it.
I would have ate it. A man was arrested in Florida after police said he threw food at an officer. St. Petersburg police told WTVT that Jason Stoll continued to sell hot dogs on Saturday night downtown despite multiple warnings to stop after the street closure permit ended. So he was violating the street permit by slinging dogs.
Stupid. I'm kind of on his. I'm on his side.
Police told the station, let the man work. Police told.
He's just trying to make a few bucks selling dogs.
Well, it seems like he's in the hole now because he wasted one. Police told the station that he had asked, or police told the station that they had asked Stoll to put down a hot dog, but he continued to try to sell it.
Put the dog down.
Look at this. Police told the station that they had asked Stoll to put down a hot dog, but he continued to try to sell it. He ain't gonna tell me what to do with my hot dog. The defendant became extremely upset and intentionally threw the hot dog at an officer. The arrest report reads, Stoll was charged with battery on law enforcement.
Oh, come on.
And resisting arrest. Oh, man.
And I'm kind of on his side.
Dude, his bail was $2,600.
That's as much as the...
That's as much as the guy that stole the car and drove to the base to warn about the dragons.
Unreal.
Yeah, bails.
All he was trying to do is sell some hot dogs, and
sir,
I hate that you have to have a permit to do that. Why?
Can you please put the hot dog down, sir? Yeah. Put the hot dog down. And then he throws it at him.
Yeah.
He continued to try to sell it. Like, they could have let him sell that last dog.
Yeah,
right?
One dog. And to get charged with battery for throwing a dog. If he threw the hot dog at me, would he be getting charged with battery? No.
I've thrown a hot dog at you, and I never got charged with anything.
No.
I've thrown a lot of food at you
out
before.
A dog. Yeah.
I've actually done it where I felt bad after I did it because I was like, why'd you do that? And it wasn't nice.
Oh, really? You felt bad? And how come it's never... it's like... Usually when someone feels bad about something, they won't do it again. But it's just this vicious cycle.
I think I haven't thrown any food at you in a long time, mostly because of proximity.
Because I'm not around. Yeah, right. Yeah.
But to be fair,
no, you haven't thrown food at me in a while.
And I did see you recently, and I didn't throw anything at you.
Yeah, you did. What was the last food item you threw at me?
Okay, well, I remember it very vividly.
Okay.
It was actually the egg off of a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich from McDonald's.
Yeah, I remember this.
And I hit you in the forehead with it.
You know what, though?
And then you ate it.
Yeah. It's funny that you say that because I'm like you. I take a layer of that egg off too. It's too much egg.
It's way too thick.
It's too thick. Yeah, half the egg would be. I always take a layer off.
They need not to fold it over. They need to just instead of folding it, chop it
once. They fold it like 4 times.
There's a lot of egg on those things, man. It's too much.
I like it folded. It keeps the sandwich cleaner. If you just did like scrambled eggs, it wouldn't work.
That is a scrambled egg.
Yeah, but it's just contained. It's not like
it's a scrambled egg in a square.
Yeah, but it's not just loose egg.
No. Why would there be loose egg?
I'm saying this is the only way they do it. They got to fold it.
You can just cut that thing in half, and it'll still be flat and contained.
Yeah, no, I agree, but the amount of egg.
Right, too much. There's one thing that we agree on here. Too much egg. Yeah. Let's move on.
Yeah, I hadn't had McDonald's in a year and a half. I hadn't had any fast food, and me and Lily went to Florida.
Yeah,
and we took like the worst flight because it was cheap and whatever, and we wanted to get to Florida like early, so we had we didn't lose a day of travel, Anyway, there's nothing open but McDonald's like for breakfast stuff in the airport. And I had a sandwich and it was the worst mistake. I spent the whole first day in Florida on the toilet.
No, that's not good. Like you got Montezuma's revenge without going to Mexico.
We were waiting for luggage and I was like clenching my butt. I was like, I have to go. And she's like, what's wrong? She's like, you can't wait for the luggage. I'm like, I don't think I can. Like,
too much egg. There's too much egg.
There's too much egg. It was. You know, I got a McGriddle, and it was just never again. My stomach wasn't ready.
Like a laser beam, huh?
It was terrible. Well, no.
Did it taste good though?
And then I had like a 3-hour flight, and then by the time we landed, it was like needing to get out of me. And then I spent the whole next day.
Why didn't you just go to the bathroom on the plane?
No, I didn't have to.
Oh, okay.
When we landed, it set in, so it was like a 3-hour. And it was like once my body broke it down, it was like not good. And then I felt better, and I was like, "Oh, I feel better," and I'm like kind of hungry now. And then we went and ate some pizza, and I immediately was like, "We got to go back to that. We got to go back to the place."
You never learn, dude. After your health journey and everything, you're just like you're more intolerant than ever of grease.
I can't eat like the bad stuff anymore.
But you were really never able to anyway. You just did.
I don't know. I guess that's fair.
You'd get rashes on your leg.
Yeah.
And
that's just from dairy intake.
Yeah. So are you off dairy?
No way.
Oh, so you're still hitting cheese hard because
cheese isn't bad for you unless you're allergic to it like me.
Right. But that's
that's not true. Dairy is horrible for you, but who's going to give that up?
A lot of people do.
No.
The one thing that is the contrasting thing between your dairy allergy, aka your cheese allergy, is on the other hand, I don't know anybody that loves cheese more than you.
More than me. Yeah,
so it's like it's a curse, really. It's like for some reason you did something in a past life where it's like, hey, your favorite food, your favorite food is going to cause you a great deal of agony.
You know what? It doesn't slow me though. I'll say that.
It doesn't what?
It doesn't slow me down with it. Like it's never like I've never been like, maybe I shouldn't.
No, it doesn't slow you down. But like when we're all hanging out, you're like, oh god, that slows everybody else down.
Yeah, but I don't get that way anymore. It's just overall health is better. So.
That's good. No more asthmas?
No, none.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Now we just got to get you out the cheese and you're good to go.
It's never going to happen.
Never going to. That's true. It's just.
I can imagine. I think
you're like Steve.
There's no way. I can't think of, I don't know. I'm sure I've had, I don't know what it is. I don't know. I was like, I have to go. And she's like, what way anymore? It's just, overall health is better. So.
That's good. No more asthmas?
No, none.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Now we just got to get you out the cheese and you're good to go.
It's never going to happen.
Never going to. That's true. It's just.
I can imagine. I think
you're like Steve.
There's no way. I can't think of, I don't know. I'm sure I've had cheese today. Maybe not, but I don't know. I think I had cheese every day. What time is it?
Got any cheese?
I don't know.
8 o'clock. You've had cheese. 9 o'clock. 8 o'clock. You've had cheese for sure.
I was trying to think what I ate today.
8 o'clock at night.
Chicken.
Chicken with cheese.
Oh, you know what? I ate it. I ate a piece of cheese as I was cutting some when I was making a breakfast sandwich for Lily.
Are you wearing headphones?
No.
Unreal. Very, very. I thought you were supposed to wear headphones.
I could wear headphones.
Well, it's a little late now.
Yeah. I think it sounds good though.
It sounds great. Anything going out?
Got any cheese?
What do you mean, like in the mail?
No, Lucas. I mean, like we're gonna end the show.
Oh, we're done. No, dude. I miss you.
Peyton's at church camp. So.
Oh, he went.
What do you mean?
To like a different one or one that we went to?
No, it's a different one. I wouldn't allow him to go to the one we went to.
Yeah, that's probably a good parenting choice.
Ever since I had the camp counselor with the double nipple rings,
Yeah.
I don't trust that campground.
I like that. Is that because his girl?
Yes. He's taking after his Uncle Lucas.
I love that.
He's very smitten, which is good.
Yeah. She seems like a nice lady.
She is very much so.
Yeah. They're going to get married. You know that.
I mean, that's kind of how life works, I think, for most
I think
people.
Peyton's the one and done guy, though. Like, he's, this is his girl, and that's it.
Sure, I could see that.
Yeah.
I think it's like John and Olivia Walton. Oh, thanks for listening to the Big Good Podcast. We'll catch you next time for